Here is the League 2 table for the season that has just finished here in Scotland. Look how tight it is at the top. That is such a competitive table. That is such a competitive league. Yes, Queen's Park ran away with it, but look at the rest of the teams just below them. One of which, of course, is Elgin City, who sadly did get knocked out of the playoffs against Edinburgh City, who, yeah, are a team on the rise themselves. Edinburgh City, they've come through the Lowland League and into the Scottish Professional Football League, the SPFL. But great to see Elgin competing. When I came here last year, look, I'm now on the pitch at Borough Briggs. When I came here last year, I spoke to Chairman Graham Tatters, who actually said that they had a really good squad and they were trying to tie people down, tie players down, of which they did to compete this year as well when the league was stopped initially due to the pandemic. Elgin were in great form, and it was a shame that it did get stopped because of how well they were going, but they continued that form into the season and had a fantastic finish and got into the playoffs. I'm going to be chatting to Graham again, but yeah, great to be back here at Elgin. Look at this. Yeah, as much as I love to come and visit new stadiums, it is great to come back and revisit clubs and see how they're getting on. But yeah, I'm going to chat to Graham in a sec. Hope you enjoy a few of these shots first. We spoke last time, like towards the start of the season, and how have things changed at the club with the restrictions easing and kind of getting tighter and the kind of ebbs and flows that have gone along with that?
It was very difficult to maintain it because we were really concerned about public safety for a long time, and we went through the initial stages before Christmas and did really well. We were sitting second in the league and everything was hunky-dory, even though we didn't have crowds in. And then we allowed crowds for a little while, and then all of a sudden they stopped it completely. We ended up with another lockdown, and then the Scottish Government or whoever, Joint Response Group or the SPFL or the SFA made a decision and isolated us from the rest of the Premier League and the rest of the Scottish Football League, and said that Division 1 and Division 2 couldn't play. Yep. So that caused a lot of consternation. So in the end, Division 1 and Division 2 got together, which was a good thing because we didn't normally talk that much, but we had lots of Zoom meetings together. And they formed a working group, and they submitted some guidelines that they would adhere to try and get us into this, get us back playing football, i.e. no away directors. The worst one, well, the best one obviously that turned the corner was that we would start testing, which was a bit of a crippler for us because that was £1,800 a week. But still it got us back playing. We weren't too happy about it, we voted against it, but in a democracy you go with the majority, and yeah, the majority wanted to play it. We had then a long debate about 18 and 22 game season, and eventually we went for a 22 game season. We all had to complete 18, and then from 18 we'd do a split and we'd go to the 22. Yeah,
and was there help with the bigger clubs with testing and stuff like that?
Bits of it. I mean, most of the clubs have been very, very supportive. Ross County were great, Cali would have been good, but the problem is that Dundee were very good as well. Because we've got guys down there, Dundee United. But one of the problems is, of course, is that you've got a test and you've only got 168 hours after your test to allow you to start playing. So we had to do tests immediately after game on a Saturday.
And a huge thank you to Fanbase for sponsoring today's video. They are doing some amazing work with clubs like Elgin and other Highland League clubs and other SPFL clubs as well. Look, these are really testing times for these clubs. That hut over there is something that they've had to build so that like away team players can social distance in changing rooms. There's not enough space in these changing rooms to be able to social distance when getting changed for games. So they've had to build things like that. They're, doing work on the ground, probably volunteers that are here helping and, fixing things on the stadium, or yeah, they'll be I guess doing stuff to the pitch and other stuff that they have to do. They're painting the changing rooms, they're doing a lot already to improve things here at the stadium. And when it comes to digital ticketing and online content, it's probably very hard for clubs like Elgin to take steps forward in that direction. And what Fanbase are doing is offering a solution to these clubs. They're making it really easy through their system, through their app, for fans to be able to buy tickets digitally and make these stadiums contactless us. In a world where there's still going to be social distancing, that is going to be a very important point as well. And yeah, they're doing some amazing stuff on their app. If you sign up to follow a team such as Elgin, you'll be able to get your tickets through there, you'll be able to have your season ticket through there, you'll be able to get digital programs, other online content that you may not see anywhere else. So they're doing some great stuff. Their technology is amazing. It is going to revolutionise this level of Scottish football when it comes to ticketing and when it comes to their digital footprint as well, which, you know, look, they're already so preoccupied with everything else. What Fanbase are doing is going to help them out hugely. So yeah, their information will be in the first link in the description box below, as will their social media pages. So do go and give them a follow, and yeah, they'll be updating on there when they get new clubs signed up. They might have your club on there already. So yeah, either get in contact with them or check out their website or download their app, and you can find out more about the great services that they have for clubs like Elgin. So the league has obviously been really tight this year, League Two. Apart from Queen's Park at the top, you look at the table and there's Elgin as well as a few other clubs who are all on really similar points.
Yes,
it's a very competitive league. How is it, you know, how is it, running a club in such a competitive league? Is it tough?
Oh no, that's what you play for. I mean, you want that competition. I mean, obviously we would have preferred to have been second as opposed to third, but we had a couple of bum results for a while. But then to get three wins in the last four to get to the playoffs was fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing to see a league table still so tight like that going into the final couple of days of the season.
And everybody had a chance.
Yeah.
Except obviously Queen's Park were way ahead of everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And what are the unique challenges that you would face here in, you know, running a club in such a remote kind of location compared to, say, a team in the Central Belt who are also in like League Two?
You mean always or just during COVID?
Just, yeah, in general, like what are the unique challenges?
Travel.
Yeah.
Travel is one of the main problems. You know, we've got guys who are Bronski, Connor, Angus and a couple of others. We've got guys coming up from the Central Belt, and they could be probably playing down and they're good enough to play in the Central Belt. And so they're sacrificing all their time to come up here and get home at 11 or 12 o'clock at night when all their mates are out having a party.
Yeah, it's a big commitment to the club, yeah.
Oh yeah, total commitment.
Yeah.
And they are dedicated. I mean, you know, Bronski's just joined the police force, and he was going back and starting nights when he left here.
Yeah.
And he's really dedicated.
It's a great club to play for these guys, I'm sure, because you've had people like Jinky Johnston and Andy Gorham, some really big names play here as well.
Oh, well, Scott Bain, Xander Clark,
yeah.
Some good jobs.
Some very big names, yeah. Yeah, if you do want to find out a little bit more about Elgin City as a club, then go watch my last video. I'll link it down below. I'll also put the thumbnail on screen right now. They're a great club, and I went into a little bit more detail about their history and stuff in the last time I was here. This is to see how they're getting on currently, but yeah, just have a look at this. I mean, I love the rural nature of these Highland stadiums. Look, you can see that monument over there. There's church spires all through the town. There's Graham over there working with a few other people at the club to get things ready. And this looks like it's a new building here as well, designed to help with the social distancing and of playing games, of course. A lot of the stadiums that I visited this season, when I go and visit them, they always tell me that only half of the changing rooms can be used. Because of social distancing, the players have to sit 2 meters apart, and sometimes the change rooms are so small that there physically isn't space for two people to sit 2 meters apart, so they have to use, look at that bird, that's so loud. Yeah, they have to use like other like rooms. I've been to East Fife and they were using a boardroom as a changing room for an away team. But yeah, you look here and it looks like this is a brand new building designed to help space out the people a little bit when they come and play games, or management or whatever. Now, it probably isn't the most glamorous, but look, it does a job in these strange times where we need social distancing when it comes to games. And just look at this. Look, this little makeshift changing room in here. It's where players could sit. Look, you might have half of the away team actually, or maybe the home team in the stadium, and then half of them would be in here as well. So yeah, certainly proves some challenges for teams in terms of like team talks and stuff like that. But this is just kind of the makeshift nature of the football world that these clubs are sort of living in at the moment, because I'm sure they didn't expect these types of challenges to come their way before, obviously, everything that's happened in the past year or so. But yeah, this is how they're adapting with things like this. So fair play to Elgin for getting these things sorted. Elgin City, of course, are the most northern SPFL club there are. So yeah, back here at the most northern SPFL club. Went to Wick yesterday and Borough, who are way further further north, but they are in the Highland League. And yeah, Elgin as well as Ross County and Inverness Caledonian Thistle all used to be part of, yeah, Highland League football and Highland Cups and North of Scotland Cups and stuff like that, until they were admitted to the SPFL themselves in years gone by. And yeah, it's great to see them, you know, sustaining themselves and doing well in League Two as well. You know, given the challenges of being a Highland League team, you have to probably use players who are from this area. It's harder to get all the players from the Central Belt, but yeah, that's the kind of advantage that, you know, the Stenhouse Muirs and the Albion Rovers would have over teams like Elgin, is the pool of players is a lot bigger for those Central Belt clubs. But then again, look, you see Elgin, with the challenges they face in that area, doing better than a lot of these clubs in the Central Belt. Stirling Albion, for instance, they were up there, like up the top with them. And yeah, Elgin proving that they can compete with the clubs in that area as well. Of course, location isn't everything, but it certainly helps in terms of trying to attract players, I guess. But yeah, testament to Graham and everyone else working here that yeah, they're able to compete with those clubs that are from a more populated area of Scotland.
There's a few anomalies. I mean, at the moment we're being told for hospitality you can sit together with a metre spacing with your mask off, but when you come in the stand you've got to go back to 2 metre spacing with masks.
Yeah,
well,
it's strange, isn't it?
Somebody's
Yeah.
got to have a bit of common sense and start thinking what they're saying and what they're doing, because one's indoors, one's outdoors. We're told that outdoors is far better than being indoors.
Yeah.
Yet the 1 metre space indoors, it's just a bit ridiculous.
And for fans, so last question, for fans who haven't been to the football for a long time, why should local people who maybe haven't even been to Elgin City FC before come and watch a game here?
I think we've got a big concern about losing a generation. You could end up losing a generation of watching football, because obviously the demographic, we were quite, a lot of our supporters have been around for years and years and years, and support us all the way through the Highland League and everything. I think we've been unbelievably lucky at the support we've had from sponsors and from fans. You know, that we've got you might see the wall when you go. The Buy a Brick campaign's done really well.
Yeah, that was just starting when I came here, yeah.
And we've still got another about 100 to put up.
Great.
So, you know, just getting round to that. We've just finished drainage on the pitch. That's why we haven't done it. Trying to, you know, play with the weather at the moment. But to get us back into everything, I think, you know, we're ready, but we just need to know the ground rules and where we stand, because at the moment we don't know whether we're going to need the changing rooms, whether we can start coming back in here for the changing rooms. We don't know whether we have hospitality. And if we get, you know, we've got a stand and we've got standing room over the far side. We don't know how many people we're going to have in one area or the other area. So we're just waiting for all the ground rules to be submitted. Yep. And I think if things keep on going as they are, things could change before we start the league in 4.5, or the pre-season in 4.5, 5 weeks time.
After the Euros as well, and stuff like that.
I think so.
Yeah. Got the old mask on us. I'm going to go look inside in a second, but just look at these. Look at them. Who had predators back in the day? I certainly had some. They looked a little bit different to that. They don't have the famous tongues anymore with the elastic, but you got to love a predator, haven't you? Anyway, yeah, look, let me just show you a little bit in here. All of this is starting to get done up and renovated in time for the new season. So, yeah, you know, despite everything that's gone on, fair play to Elgin for yeah, improving the stadium and improving the facilities as well. And look at this, look. Millwall, Ipswich. Had fans who have been up here. Yeah, if you're not from around here, you have to come up and visit. That's what I've been saying in my Highland videos, that you have to come up and visit these teams. It's amazing. But yeah, look at this wall. This was a lot more sparse the last time I was here. They didn't have as many names on. So yeah, Elgin fans, fair play to all. Look at this, Graham is on here a couple of times. Graham Tatters, and I guess family members of his as well. Oh, amazing. Look, June Jack, lifelong fan. Cooper Mortimer. So yeah, look, there's a good chance for you to be a part of Elgin City's history and have your name on the stadium of Borough Briggs forever. And it's called Footy Adventures for a reason. Of course, I visit numerous football grounds around the country, but I need to go on the odd adventure. And look, I always see this thing when I come to Elgin. This is Lady Hill Tower, I believe. Let's see if we can find out some more info about it when we get up there. It's a very steep hill, but yeah, you can see this from the Elgin Stadium. So I wonder if you come up here, you can see into Borough Briggs. I'm not sure, but yeah, look at this. The Highlands is an amazing place to come and visit. You can see mountains in the distance over there. And yeah, if you're from the UK, you know, I've said in a few of my Highlands videos now that it's getting so hard to go away abroad. So if you've never been to the Highlands before and you're from the UK, then you have to come and do it. Wow, this hill's getting me out of breath. So beautiful. And let's see if we can find the stadium. Hang on, what is this? This stone wall in front of you is all that remains of mighty Elgin Castle, once the centre of royal power in the north of Scotland. Built by David I when he took control of the area in 1130, the castle hosted many royal visitors before it was partly destroyed during the Wars of Independence. You can see how thick the walls were, designed to resist siege engines and battering rams. This is all that's left of a castle. How sad is that? And yeah, look at this tower here. Let's see if we can see Borough Briggs from where the castle once stood. Wow, yeah, amazing to think that once upon a time this place would have been yeah, the scene of battles, and people would have stood up here looking for foreign enemies, but now it's just me here on my own with a GoPro and a Sony camera looking for football stadiums. Oh, how times change, how lucky we have it. And there it is, there's Borough Briggs down there. You can see it behind the Tesco. Wow, this is amazing to see. I love the Highlands, I really do. You might not think of the Highlands as this like area of football amazingness, but it really is, where you can come and see things like this, and then you can see Borough Briggs just down there. I absolutely love it. Please do remember to hit that like button. Look at this, this is so good. Please, yeah, smash that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Please also subscribe. A lot of you who are watching right now probably aren't subscribed, and there is so much more football content coming, especially around the Euros and especially around Highland teams. I have more videos coming out after this one. I'm off to do some Highland ground hopping now. I'm about to go and see numerous other stadiums in the Highlands, and yeah, visit them all and see which ones I can get into. Should be exciting. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.